had no peace. I had no rest. And that was literally spirit pushing me into a corner being like, you have to face this. Like, it's so in your face at this point, you can't ignore it. You can't avoid it anymore. You have to do something. And that is literally what was going on in my reality. Like, things were crumbling, things were in my face. I had to face them. I didn't have a choice. And I was like, okay, like, I'm ready to get real. I'm ready to face things. I gotta unpack, right? If I want my life to get better, I have to unpack what is going on. Why is my life crumbling? Why is everything falling apart around me? Why can I not catch a break? Why am I sobbing every single day? Why are none of my relationships working? Literally, why can't I figure this out, right? And I just started journaling. I started unpacking everything. Everything's flowing out, by the way. I started journaling. I was scared to journal for the longest time because I didn't want my thoughts to be real. I didn't want to face what was going on upstairs because that would be real. Putting it on paper made it real. Being able to reflect on it, like look back on it, made it real. And it made me face things. And I had to like feel through them. I had to work through them. I had to write them down, feel them, process them, move forward. And a lot of the things that I was journaling were parts of my childhood that I didn't even remember that I remembered. Like, I was digging deep. I was going into the deep depths of I was surprising myself with the things that I was writing. By the way, a little tidbit is I love writing. I love creative writing. Like, I used to write creative short stories when I was younger, like pages and pages of just made up whatever. And I stopped writing for a really long time because life, I just had to be an adult. I had to grow up. I had to do things. I had responsibilities. I had so much to do that I just stopped doing the things that literally brought me joy because I was working, I was overworking, I was doing all the things. Okay, anyways. So I started journaling, and then when I started journaling, yes, all the things, all the trauma, everything was flowing through, and I was actually able to sit there and be like, oh, that's why I thought this, or that's why I did this, or that's why I had a lack mindset in this area, or that's why, I turned to this, or these are the parts of me that I didn't want to face because I didn't want to work on them. I didn't want to acknowledge them because that made it real, right? I was just working through all those. I was working through trauma from my past and my childhood, and just I really had to work on my self-worth and my value because that got diminished over the years because I was just around a lot of the situations that I was in. A lot of people were projecting on me, and I didn't even know what projecting was at the time. There were just so many things that were eye-opening when I started journaling, when I started meditating, when I started slowing down, healing my nervous system. So many things were more clear to me. Even my codependencies, oh, why are my boundaries, right? I'm working through having boundaries, setting boundaries, how to do that, because I didn't have any boundaries with anybody. I was letting anybody in and out of my energy, I was for the people, for the streets, out all the time, around people all the time. And I'm an ambivert. I really am an introvert, but I do have an extrovert side of me. I can kiki and have fun. I can go out and do those things, but I love being alone. I love being in my own energy, but I didn't know that because I was constantly surrounded around people and not the best, I wasn't always around the best people because I was giving my energy out to literally everyone and their mother. And I'm a very spiritual girly, an empathetic girly. So I feel all that energy. So I was honestly, when I was around these people, I was feeling their energies. Their thoughts are popping into my head and I'm thinking they're my thoughts. All these things are going on, right? And that just continues the cycle of the patterns, the bad patterns that were going on, and why my life is just going on a constant circle of all these things crumbling. Anyways, I'm doing the journaling, I'm doing the work. As I'm doing this, I'm getting nudges that I'm doing all this because I need to clean house. I need to clean up my life. I need to reevaluate, take inventory of the people, places, and things. Where is my energy going? What am I actually doing? What are my objectives? What do I want my life to look like? What do I need to workshop so that I can have that, One of the things that happened that was huge in my life was basically going through a friend breakup, which I don't care what anybody says, boyfriend breakups, yeah, boo-hoo, we cry, girlies, want to cry about it and da-da-da. Going through a friend breakup is probably the worst thing ever. A best friend breakup is so detrimental. It hurts so much more than a loser boyfriend getting nixed from your life. Your bestie, right? And so one of my best friends that I met in college, there was just a lot going on, and I was going through all of this, and things came to a head because there were just, you know, things going on. Obviously, I said I was like fighting with my family, my friends, like blah, 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 blah. We got in a big blow up fight, and I was like, this is the sign. Like, this is the sign. This is meant to fall away. It's not meant to be in my life right now. I need to let it go. I have to let it go. I can't keep doing the same things anymore. I have to set a boundary and I have to move on. That was emotionally charged for me. So now I'm getting over my best friend breakup. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to unpack childhood trauma. I'm trying to, you know, live my life without this person in it and just try to, you know, move forward and heal, basically. And that was really hard for me. And it literally took me like a year to kind of just like, you know, be at peace with everything and just live my life accordingly, right?